Hi students, welcome to week 7 where we are beginning module 4, which is where we'll talk about movement and spirituality, so weeks 7 and 8. You'll want to watch this video and don't forget to mark reviewed at the bottom, and then you can see the overview and the objectives for the week. You have a discussion due this week, and then I just wanted to touch base with you to remind you, here's your week 7 folder, that we are going to be providing an update on your implementation plan. So how have you implemented it? How has your daily practice been going, etc.? At this point, you should have definitely gotten at least a week of your practice in daily. If you haven't, then you really need to start catching up on that now, because week 9 will be here as soon as sooner than you think. So be sure to already have started your implementation plan. If not, you're going to want to get that going. Make sure that you have peer-reviewed journal articles. I have given some of you feedback on what a peer-reviewed journal article is. If you go to the APA writing tips, you will see that there are several links that are very helpful. This one talks about the homepage for APA style. This one gives you a checklist for in-text citations. This one goes over, a references list. This one goes over how you format different references. This one gives you if you're missing a piece of information, etc. And here are some basic ones about basic grammar and APA formatting. The Purdue OWL is also helpful. And then down here, I do have a video that I've recorded to show you guys how to find a peer-reviewed scholarly journal article and why we need them. And that's through the Drexel University Library. So be sure to check those out. So I jumped here into the syllabus just to show you. You should have already had implemented your plan during sometime between weeks 4, 5, and 6. You should be doing this a minimum of daily for 14 to 21 days. You should be keeping a small journal for reflection. You don't have to turn that journal in, but it will help you write your final presentation or your paper. And then you're going to create that in weeks 8 and 9. And then if you do anything other than a written paper, you're going to need a voiceover. So follow this. This is where I grade from. I look right at this to see if you have followed this. So this is the paper guidelines. You're going to want to follow everything in here for the paper. This is the presentation guidelines. You're going to want to follow everything in here. And then you want to check this rubric to see how you will be graded. You can easily get 2 points for just correctly formatting your APA title page. Description of your selected technique. You should have 3 benefits that are clearly discussed. I want to be able to see that you found benefits. If you're doing yoga, for example, you can share the 3 benefits for yoga. You should have 3 or more peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. You should have a very clear and thorough description of your plan. Your plan might say, I aim to do yoga for 30 minutes a day for 3 weeks. And maybe you could only do 30 minutes once a week, and then you did 5 minutes a day for the rest of the time. So if you changed your plan, it's okay. Just make sure you're stating what you did. And again, as you learn some of the yoga practices, you could do 5 or 10 minutes a day and then do a longer practice once a week. So that's just an example. Then you have your reflection, an in-depth, thorough reflection, mind, body, spirit. How did you feel before and after? What changes? So if you are missing a component, that's going to reduce this reflection section. And, this should really be very robust, because this is what you've basically been doing all of the quarter to learn how to manage stress and to look at your own self-care. So this really is all about you and what you did for yourself during the course. Straightforward. And then your writing style, you have use your spell check, make sure things are spelled correctly. If you're doing a presentation, you have to have that voice narration, and then APA formatting. Gone over that, in the APA writing tips that I kind of showed you. And then you should definitely have in-text citations in your paper and on your slides. So if you turn in, 15 slides with no citations on the slides, but you have 4 references, there's no way to tell what part of the information came from what reference. So make sure that you are doing that properly as well. So just to close, I hope that you're all having a wonderful week. If you can get out into nature this week, you can see that nature is at its peak color, at least kind of where I live. I don't know exactly if Philly is looking as beautiful with the colors of the leaves. So hopefully you get out and you enjoy some form of just being out in nature this week. But if you have any questions, please reach out and get your discussion board completed and work on your final project. And, even if you haven't finished your 2 or 3 weeks of your daily practice, you can still start to write up your peer-reviewed journal articles and your references and, start to get that going. So don't wait till the last minute. I look forward to seeing everyone's final project. Have a great week, everyone.